Let's say you open the exam, logical reasonings first. What's the first thing you do?
Well, before this section, because I actually started looking at the questions first. Okay, when I open the test booklet, I look at the first question, I read the stimulus, I analyze that stimulus, then I read the question. And then depending on the question type, I have a strategy for that certain question. And then I analyze the stimulus, I prep phrase, and then I tackle the answer choices. And I look at the answer choices one by one. And then I get stuck for some reason. I think I lose my strategy once I start looking at the answer choices. I think that's what gets to me. And then sometimes I don't go back to the stimulus. I think that's another thing, because I think looking back at the stimulus kind of gives me a little bit of confidence to know what kind of answer I need to look for with the given question.
Right. Okay. So do you think it relates to the method of reasoning in the stimulus or the question type? Where do you think your strategy is falling apart?
I think, like, I know for the strengthened questions, I think I'm able to identify the conclusion and the premise. And looking for new information, I think where my strategy falls apart is whether I know looking for new information is important. I think reading the question word for word or the answer choice word for word in its entirety and the focus of the question, I'm able to get that in. It's just what kind of answers am I looking for like a strengthened question? I know I need to look for new information. I know I need to look for something that bolsters evidence, depending on what the stimulus is talking about. Whether that stimulus, there's a gap in the stimulus or there isn't a gap in the stimulus. So I have like 3 ways of tackling the question. It's just like, I have it prep phrased in my mind, but when I look at the answer choices, it might not entirely be that prep phrase I was looking for.
Right. There's a variety of ways to strengthen an argument as you're listing here.
Right. So if it's not the prep phrase that I'm looking for, then I automatically get stuck and I don't know where to go or proceed from there, whether to go back into the stimulus. And I don't like taking the answer choices and plugging it back into the stimulus. I don't think that's a very practical approach to it, you know? So I just get stuck when my prep phrases are not going where I think they should go.
Right. There's a variety of potential correct answers for a lot, if not most different question types.
Right.
And so what you predict, it's one potential correct answer likely, but it's not the only one.
Yes, absolutely. So I have like 3 prep phrases, and then, you know, and that's another thing, like writing. I don't like writing too much. I feel like that's a waste of time. So like I have a couple of prep phrases, but when I look at the answer choices, then I feel like one of my prep phrases I have memorized in my mind, it kind of dissipates. So it's kind of like, you know, okay, which prep phrase am I working with? You know, so little things like that kind of catches me off guard. So I would love to improve on that area, so to speak.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.